Alright, I think we're pretty much done with the top of our carousel, at least at this point. We'll polish it up later. Give you a little better understanding of the different hole sizes in here. The MT2 that goes in the tailstock, I left two of the holes small for those. Made one hole big enough for the MT3 that goes in the headstock. And then the other three are pass-throughs for the chucks and the live center. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is work on the feet. I've already laid these out and rounded off the ends to match the same curvature. I just did that on the belt sander. But what we're going to do is take half of each one of them out so that they set flat. I'll set these up on the mill and be back in a minute. Okay, I have the feet set up in the mill now. I've got my mill stop set, or table stop set, and we'll start the milling process. We want to take 125 thousandths out of the depth of both sides of the feet, or both of the feet. Okay, I have my Z-axis DRO set. I'll take just a light pass to begin with. Now we'll go over to the other stop, make that light pass, and be sure we're set up correctly. .501. That's as close as I'm going to get it, I'm sure. We're looking at 1.5 inches. So now we're going to take out the center pass, and then we'll continue down to 125 thousandths. Okay, we'll see how close we got, and there we go. Alright, we'll cross these with one another and drill the center for the pedestal bolt on the drill press. Okay, I got the center hole with a cross hole drilled. For now, I'm just going to stick a number 8 screw through there to hold it. While I was over at the drill press, I also marked and laid out for the feet, for the adjustable feet. They're threaded 1/4 20, so on any surface they can be made to set level. The next project will be to turn down, face the ends of our pedestal that will go on here. One end will be threaded 832, and the other end will be threaded the 3/8, what is it, 3/8 18? 3/8 16. 3/8 16 to hold the table down as such. So I'll get this set up on the lathe and see you over there. We're set up in the lathe now. We're going to, again, face both ends. Drill and trap one end for the 832 and the other for the 3/8. When we get done with that, we may just put a friction between the two centers and just buff the outside of it. There's no need of trying to turn the outside of it. Diameter doesn't really make any difference on this. Length doesn't really matter on this either. This is just a piece of stock that was in my supply bin. Helps to tighten it down. Okay, I had to put shorter chuck in there. The keyless chuck is just so long, and my little lathe is not so big. All right, I'm going to use the spindle handle on this, and of course I always turn the lathe off when I install that. But as much as I'm tapping right here 3/8, a little bit much to try to turn my hand on the chuck. Now, I am tapping it rather deep simply because the only 3/8 stainless steel bolt that I've got here is about 1.5 inches. So let's see how this goes. Keep my tap guide up. Alright, I think that's the bottom. Alright, I'm going to get this set up on centers now. Just friction drive in there. And just so we can polish the exterior. Again, there's no need of trying to turn the outside. Just want to clean it up some. Alright, I actually found another 3/16 bolt and put in the large end. Got the live center on the number 8 end, and we're just going to see if we can clean this finish up a little bit. Tell you what, I don't think I had that steady rest on there straight. I got a little bit of gouges there. We're going to just give that a quick little turn. That looks much better. Much better. Put just a little bit of chamfer on each edge, each end, now that I've turned it down some. meet you back over at the bench in a second and we'll dry fit what we've got made up so far. Alright, we've got this much of it together so far, or cut out. We'll do a quick dry fit. The stainless bolt that I've got is just entirely too long, so until I can get back to the hardware store and pick up something a little shorter, I do want to use stainless in there. I'm just going to go with a old black one I found in my supply, so we'll go with a washer, thrust bearing, a plate, another thrust bearing, a washer. Of course, this all will get cleaned up good before it's the final put together. Now, again, pass-through holes for the larger stuff, 3 MT, 2 MT. I've got one more at this time left over. That's why I left it small. It can be any side it needed to be. Now the only thing we've got left to do to finish this project is to cut the dovetails on all 12 of our side pieces that we're going to mount on here. Be mounted like this. And again, I'll show you how we do that a little bit later. Of course, I've been dropping hints throughout the video on how I'm going to mount that 90 degrees to that. But the next thing we need to do is set it up, set up the mill to drill this. Again, these are going to be 632s. We need to drill that in the end of all of them, and then we'll cut our dovetails. Okay, I have the vise back on the mill now. You know, I guess there comes a time, it does for me anyhow, when I just got to stop what I'm doing, put some tools away, and clean some chips up. So I kind of got it cleaned up and got the vise back on and trimmed on the mill and got it set up to drill our tool holder holders. So we'll proceed with that. I'm using this jaw edge back here, and of course the back of the vise to set every one of them up the same. And of course this is just drilling all 12 of them for 632. Okay, I'm not sure how well you can see this. What I've done, I've got a sacrificial piece down here and got it clamped down to the vise. Now what we're going to do is take our tool holder holders, clamp it down, and just for a little extra security, got a dovetail cutter right here, and what I'll do is bring that in till it's just trimming the edge off of our holder. We'll lock down the Y, the X. Just another couple thousandths of black. We'll turn the piece around. This is just to keep it from, the vice grip, just to keep it from rearing up, because the sacrificial piece is about the same width as our holders there, and so I don't know that I'm getting an absolute good grip on the holder. Okay, we'll just knock a few of the burrs off. And we have a fit. So we'll continue to do that on the other 11 pieces out of our set of 12. Well, the lathe tool carousel is complete now. I've got a little rearranging to do to get things in a reasonable order on there, but got it powder coated, got all the holder dovetails mounted. I told you at the first of the video I would show you the way I mounted the dovetails to the table itself, and if you watch the entire video, you'll notice that I kept moving this piece of chain around. I told you I'd drop you a hint every once in a while, and I dropped some hints. What I did to mount those, I thought about cutting pieces of angle iron, this, that, and the other. What I needed was something to do a 90 degree. And the closest thing I could find, easily find, was called a figure 8 bracket. But they were approximately 2 inches, way too big. Couldn't find anything like I really wanted. So I got to thinking one night, laying in bed, not able to sleep, that what I could use. And it just dawned on me that chain links were often twisted at 90 degrees. And so I knew I had some jack chain. That's what this kind of chain is called. It's called jack chain. I knew I had some in the barn out here somewhere. And like everything else, I turned this place upside down and couldn't find it. So I got on the local home improvement center, is what it's called, Lowe's, and searched for jack chain. And the search engine said, never heard of it, don't know what you're talking about. I found it in the store, number 14 jack chain. It's rated at 16 pounds, and we all know that a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, so I figured that each link should be able to hold 16 pounds. And obviously for this little mini lathe, the tool holders don't weigh more than a few ounces. So all it is a piece of jack chain, a single link in the jack chain, and it's it's pliable enough that if I need to twist it some or whatever, it's easy to do, but it gives me a 90 degree turn and mounts on there. I appreciate you watching the video. Any comments, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm just a hobbyist, never been in a machine shop in my life. Everything, what little bit I know, I learned watching videos on YouTube and from some of the experts. So if you can give me any pointers, I would greatly appreciate it. And thanks.